Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Conquerors crew. I have such a super cool, awesome guest today. It is going to be awesome talking to her. I cannot wait. She's from East Texas, and she's an author and a producer and a prepper, and teaches self-defense and all sorts of stuff. But before I introduce the guest, I got to tell you guys just about our three pillars, as I always do, because hey man, it's humpity hump day, it's the middle of the week. Some of you guys probably need a little bit of hope. And for us in the Conquerors crew, hope stands for helping other people excel, right? And I don't know why, but it seems like in the universe that if you can muster just a little bit of hope, if you really need some and you can muster up a little bit and share yours, that it comes back a little faster to you, right? I think we've all noticed that. The second one is grit, okay? And for us, the G stands for grace. I'm not talking about the kind of grace when somebody screws you over and you forgive them. I'm talking about having grace with yourself. It's a friendly reminder to don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind to yourself, okay? The R is for resilience. And, most people know I've had cancer 3 times. And they're like, Trent, I never could have done what you've done. Yes, you can. You can rise to the occasion. We always do. We always, I'm just making sure. Oh, you know what? We're going, I'm having a little trouble here. Let's see. I don't need to worry about that one. Okay. Just a minor error. Disregard. Hey,
Technology.
this is how it goes when we're live, baby. This is what it
Yeah.
is, right? And so, with resilience, you can't expect yourself to run an Ironman the first time that you need a little resilience. It's like everything else in life, right? You got to train a little bit. Everybody's got some of the inherent skills, but you got to perfect them a little bit. And so that's kind of the deal with resilience. The I is for integrity. And with integrity, to me, it's a little bit like grace in the fact that I'm not talking about the kind of integrity to say, hey, you over there, you're breaking the rules. I'm talking about the integrity that you have when you're up all night and you can't sleep and you look at yourself in the mirror at 3 o'clock in the morning. And are you being honest with yourself about what your problem is and why you're up? Are you really having integrity with yourself? And then the T is for teachable. And golly, every time I've ever gotten cocky, I get knocked off my high horse. And I think that we always remain teachable until the day we go to the next place. And that's the last one. And then the last one, it has no definition. Hope, grit, and no quit. Those are 3 pillars. That's it. Welcome to our show, Sara. Sara Hathaway. How are you today? Sara
Well,
Hathaway
thank
from
you for
East
having me.
Texas.
It
How
is
are you?
hot in East Texas right now. I will tell you what. We just
No
had nice
joke.
weather, and then it was hailing just days ago, like golf ball size. And now it's hotter than Hades. But that's what you expect from Texas. I'm originally from
It
Michigan, so
okay.
my accent's all over the place. I
Okay.
will be Southern 1 minute, Northern another minute, and I've spent 25 years out in California, so everything's hella cool.
Awesome.
Right?
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Awesome. Awesome. Love it.
Thanks for having me. I love the Conquerors Pillars. Very good stuff. The way you put it together as far as directing that inward, right? So many people these days are always trying to direct it outward and not taking real responsibility for themselves, and not just like in a bad way, but like responsibility as far as what are my emotions that are making me do what right now. So
That's
such a
it.
journey I've been on lately, as well. The last 5 years, I would say, of really, going digging deep inside and examining, who is the person that I want to be and live each day.
Super
So
cool. Super
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
I
The
love it.
helping other people excel, that is what changing earth is all about. Like that
Yeah.
was my whole mission when I started out, was like, look at all these skills that we used to take for granted in our world, that we knew how to work with nature, we knew how to garden. It wasn't called being a prepper or a survivalist, it was called life, you know?
Yes.
And that's what it was. And now it was like, oh my gosh, you have a garden and you can. Yeah, amazing. I know exactly where that food came from and it tastes great, you know?
I love it.
So, to me, the helping other people excel, just my stories, I don't want to sit here and preach to people, right? Like,
Yeah.
here's your stereo instructions on how you should blah, 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 right? So, one of my favorite authors did that through a fiction story. That's really where my book series, the Change in Earth series, came from. Was
Cool.
I can craft this all into a story. So, you're going to learn some amazing information while you're going on this epic ride with these characters. And
Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
so that's where it really came from. It's all
Awesome.
about grit and determination. I mean, you're not living in the changing earth world unless you got perseverance and you grit to make it through.
I love it. And guys, just to connect the dots, this is Sarah's big, huge series, okay, that she has authored and she's also produced, and it is in getting kind of ready to
Go to
be
Hollywood. It's
yeah,
going that direction. We've already got people looking at the pilot and stuff like that. So that's the direction it's headed right now. I'm just super
wow.
stoked to see it. Bringing the vision to life has just been incredible. It's
Yeah.
like you start with this tiny idea, this little nugget, and I'm like, who would want to read my book, Mom? And Mom's like, oh, you gotta publish it. And I've done it all myself. I've bootstrapped. I've taught
Love it.
myself how to do everything, including produce the audio drama. We're in season 5 of the audio drama, so it's like 50s radio show.
Uh-huh.
And I've done a decade of podcasting. So all my podcasting voices, you're more than welcome. I'll find a character for you. Everybody that meets me, I find a
Oh,
character for them and they do lines on the show. And again, it's just been 100% my friends and me putting it together. And that is an incredible thing to do. It's like you get to compose the work. And now I
so
got
good.
AI. So I can
Yes.
design my own music. I
Yeah.
can find the exact song that I want because I can make it.
Yep.
And then now I've been dabbling in the video so that you're seeing it as it goes
Yeah.
too. And the video is structured to the audio drama. I didn't want to go overboard, right? Because it's about the audio drama. But that's just been a blast as well to be able to bring it to life. So
So, to clarify, right? Okay, so you've authored and you've written the books. Now, the audio drama, is that kind of like, is that basically the movie without the video part?
without the video. Right.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Doing an audio drama is a little bit different script because if I'm with you here and we're watching each other, I can say, look at that over there in the corner of my screen. And you can see what's over there. But everybody just listening to audio, they're going, Sarah, what are you pointing at?
Right.
Right? So when you write an audio drama, you have to be like, look at the big red ball over there, right? So that people know a little bit more dynamically what you're talking about. So
More
it's a
descriptive.
little bit between novel and screenwriting. Correct. Yeah.
Cool. Okay,
Right.
that's so cool. Though that's so
Yeah.
cool. Is that kind of like a traditional way that people go now? Is they do the book, then they do the audio, kind of like audio
I don't know.
book, so to
I don't
speak, and
know.
then
Some people
yeah,
don't. Some people are kind of like, oh, well, they should just like the book and like to read it. And I wanted to get my material out there to everybody in whatever medium they were willing to absorb it, right? So lots of
yeah,
people were like, oh, I listened to the audiobook. Okay, well, the audiobook, that's me reading you the book, and it's good. Yeah, the
right,
books are great, don't get me wrong.
yeah,
I would rather read a book myself.
yeah,
But the audio drama is just like so immersive, in the experience
yes,
of it, where you get the
that's cool.
sounds and everything, but you still get to use your imagination, which is
Yep.
also fun. So,
So how many seasons is it in total, or would you
so
is
it's
it
an 11 book novel series right
okay?
now. And the series itself is done. I wanted to have it done before it got marketed to Hollywood. I don't want them writing the end of my story.
Right.
And then we're in season 5 right now of the audio drama. We just hit the halfway point. I'm getting ready to go out to an event out in North Carolina where I
Okay.
teach self defense and anti kidnapping classes out there. So we won't start the second half of season 5 till the end of August, probably the beginning of September.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Just backing up just a little bit because man, we went straight into it, which is totally cool.
Yeah.
So How long have you lived in East Texas?
Been in East Texas for 6 years now.
Okay. You're married and you have two boys. Is that right?
Married and have two boys. I'm coming up on my 28-year wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Right? Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. That's so
He's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I met him when I was 17. We got married when I was 19. And 2 boys later,
Wow.
it's just
Did you
the
guys
way.
meet in Michigan? Where did you meet?
No, so I moved to California from Michigan when I was 16, and he had grown up in Kansas and moved out there when he was
Okay.
younger. So we met each other in California and California dreaming, I guess. And it was just filled that void that I always had in my life, that I mean,
Yeah.
he's my soulmate.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm just one of those lucky
How
ones.
old are your boys?
So my oldest is 26, and my youngest is turning 15. So
Wow.
there,
Okay. So you got
yeah.
one kind of out of the house and one not too far, I
Yeah,
guess.
we had one and we were like, wow, that's a lot of work. But we always wanted two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when I turned 30, I was like, if we're gonna like get this done, the time's ticking, right? I'm not gonna be no 40 and having a
I
kid.
love it. I
So
love
yeah.
I can. You're a boy mom. I mean, I can see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know what I would have done with a girl. We did kind of hope for a girl on the second one, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've always just been more of the rough and tumble type
Yeah.
person. So, but my mom's the middle of 5 girls. So,
Okay.
and she's the one who taught me to be, get out there and get it done. Just she was,
Awesome.
so
Awesome. I love it.
yeah.
I love it. Two boys in my family. I'm the oldest, and I've got a younger brother. And yeah, so yeah. Sometimes feel sorry for my mom, but you know what? We have a girl Aussie Doodle in the family, so that's
There you
balanced it
go.
out just a little bit, right?
I've got the female dog. I got my chickens,
Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, it's fine though.
Super
We
cool.
do martial arts together, so we always go and practice as a family, and we're pretty tight knit family, and that really works for us as well.
Do you mean like with the kids and your husband, or do you mean like with
Yep.
with your okay? And what about
Yeah.
do any of your in-laws or your parents? Or
So my
do they
mom
do that
lives
as
with
well?
us. She
Okay.
moved down here from California. It's just easier. And
Yeah.
then my mother-in-law is not far from us. That my husband gets to
Cool.
go out there each day and see her. And
Awesome.
yeah, like I say, it keeps the family tight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's neat. I'm originally from Shreveport, and so I would say that you are the closest person that I've had on the show as a guest to my hometown, and so you
Right.
know I've driven through Tyler. I mean, I lived in Dallas for 5 years after college. I mean,
Yeah.
Texas right next door. I mean,
Oh
like
yeah.
a lot of
Like I said,
times
we
people.
drive through there every summer, and they're
Yeah.
still doing the road
Oh
construction.
my lord, they
Just
never stop.
unbelievable. It's
I think it's a
unbelievable.
job security thing.
I think so. They just make it like an inch bigger each year. I'm like,
You
they're
got
doing
yeah,
the same
that's
thing.
right. That's
Same
right.
thing.
Same guys have had the
Uh-huh.
contract since like the 60s, right?
Yes, that's true.
Is what it
So,
is. So how did you so martial arts, so how long were you in martial arts as a kid and what martial arts? Tell
no.
us a little bit about that.
So, when I was a kid, I played like ice hockey and the traditional sports,
Okay.
softball, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my mom wouldn't let me do martial arts because I was already too rough and getting in too many fights and all of this stuff. Yeah. So, she wouldn't let me do martial arts. But like ice skating out in California got really expensive. I wanted my husband and I to really have something we could start together. And so I started training.
Oh, oh, I think I lost her, guys. We are just gonna hold for the moment. And hey, we're just at her right back. Hey, things happen.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I've never had that
Hey,
happen before.
hey, you know what?
Ah,
It's all good. You know what? Let me ask you real quick. Do you have any other windows open
nope.
or application? Okay, you
Nah,
you
I
you
know
know
the
the drill.
shtick. Yeah. Right. I've never had it drop off like that before. So
Hey, no
it's
biggie.
really
Hey,
hot
it's
down
just
here,
live
though.
TV. It's
Yeah,
live, man.
that's what
That's
you
how it
get.
goes.
Okay,
You
so where was I?
you were only gone for a
19.
second.
Yeah, I
Yep.
started Kuksulwan with my husband. We really enjoyed that. I always had an Olympic dream, so I started training Olympic Taekwondo to
Cool.
go to the Olympics. And from there, it just kind of snowballed. I've done close quarters combat. I've done MMA. I've done jujitsu, Brazilian and Japanese
Wow.
jujitsu. And now I'm training Krav Maga. Maga. I always say,
Krav Maga,
yep. Thank you.
the Israeli form of kind
Yes.
of jujitsu, close combat.
Which
Yeah.
I absolutely love. It
Mhm.
takes really everything that I've done in my martial arts career and puts them into one realm and centers it all around reality instead of getting ready for a tournament. So
Super cool. So
it's
you
amazing.
competed. You've competed in your disciplines and done
Yeah.
tournaments and things. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Good for
was,
you.
yeah. I just, like I say, I've always loved to fight, but more than that, I was never going to be a victim.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay.
And I
Great
was
segue.
once. And I will never let it happen again. And wasn't anything sexual or anything, but it was a physical enough that I'd never wanted to feel that way again. So I went to
Right.
training, and I train 4 days a week now. And so, I
Yeah.
will go down swinging now. I mean, there's no question about it. So
Would you mind sharing a little bit about that situation for us?
I can
For the
lightly.
ladies and females that
Yeah.
the part that you feel comfortable that would educate the listener about it.
So I got a couple of stories on that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
So, and
Yeah.
usually it's family, right? It's usually when you are assaulted, whether that's sexual or physical, a lot of times it's family or somebody close that you know.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's why we're just going to keep
Okay.
that part anonymous of,
Okay. No
who it
worries.
was.
No worries. No worries.
But it was a night where we were out drinking. I was not drinking because I was the driver.
Okay.
And when people get drunk, they get a little bit nastier. And the nasty turned into nastier. And at one point, I turned to walk away. It was like, I am done with this conversation. We're not having any more conversation because, you're so intoxicated. Why are we going through this? And this happens a lot to a lot of people.
Sure.
So when I tried to walk away, he grabbed me and I pushed him back against the wall, and I ended up in a headlock where in a guillotine, so it's a front facing, and
Right.
my head's under his arm, and my windpipe was choked out to the point where I was 2 seconds from losing consciousness. I
Right.
told him, if you don't stop, I'm going to die right now.
Wow. Okay.
And that is about the most riveting feeling that you can
Sure.
have as an individual, and
Yeah.
especially when it's somebody you love that's compromising you in that way.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm going to learn how to get out of that. I'm
Good
going to
for you.
learn how to beat that back.
Good
And
for
then
you.
I had another relative that tried to sexually molest me. So luckily, my cousin came in on that situation. And, so it was like, man, you watch what goes on in this world,
Yeah.
and people taken from their homes, taken from the street. It's so easy to just have a white van stop next to you, the door opens, and you're gone.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
want to talk about grit and no quit. That is having that mental attitude makes more difference than anything that you could possibly learn. But then you
Yeah.
put skills on top of it, and away you go. Away you go. So
Awesome. About how long ago, like how many years ago would you say that these situations happened?
yeah, that was before I started training, so that was
Sure.
over 27 years ago, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Good for you. And you
and
said, you
now
know
it's just
what?
been
I'm not gonna if I get in this position again, I'm gonna know how to properly defend myself, right?
that's right. And
Yep.
then I've seen all what's happening in the world. I can
Yep.
help them too.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
my anti-kidnapping class is available on my website at changingearthseries.com. I've done it live so that on a computer so
Yeah.
that I can, because there's so much I put into it personally, right? I didn't want to just give you a
Yeah.
slideshow and that stuff.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
did a presentation of it, and you can go and watch that video. Or if you have women, loved ones that need the information, I would
Sure.
highly recommend that every young female and every female sees it. And these days, they're starting to pick on males more. They know you guys aren't going to yell for your life.
Right.
It's easy. It's true.
Right.
It's
So,
easier.
go ahead. Go ahead. Well, at the end, I pump hard, how to get in touch with you,
Yeah.
everything. But tell us now, like the website and the course name and kind of how people would find that on
Navigate
your
to
website.
that. So if you
Yeah.
go to changingearthseries.com and you go to the learning tab, and I tried to put things as easy, as simple to find. I believe that one is its own category, even that you can just pick the anti-kidnapping class. Some of it
Cool.
is, you have to pick the category you want to learn about, whether that's survival basics or leadership skills or, wilderness survival, urban survival, that kind of thing. Well, that
Sure.
one I made its own link so that people can find it easy.
So, now are these paid courses or they
No, no,
okay,
it's
they're free.
all
Okay.
that one's
Right.
free. There's one thing I'm not gonna do, and it is make people pay me so that they can stay safe.
Right. Love it.
That's
That Yep, that's kind of your contribution, I would say, to society, to
yeah,
the community, yeah, awesome.
yeah.
But you also do in person
Yes.
the
So I
session.
do in-person classes. If you want to hire me, you're more than welcome to contact me. We teach courses right there.
Awesome.
I've done lots of women's seminars where, workplaces get all their women together and things like that to do a course. And
Yeah.
we're just expanding that more and more right now.
Okay.
And then I go out to North Carolina to an event called Prepper Camp. It's out at the Tryon International Equestrian Facility this year. So it's
Okay.
very nice. We're coming up in the world. You'll actually have a place to stay other than a tent. But
Yeah.
yeah, I go out there, and there's just so many courses out there if you're into homesteading and you're into wild foraging and learning about really what it's all about to go self-reliant. That is the place to be.
Sure. Sure. So, give us an idea, like who would be the typical kind of group or customer that would call you and say, Sarah, can you come teach our group?
Yeah. Yeah, we do church groups. And then
Okay.
I've even done like, a State Farm agent, all of his staff and his, wife and his daughters and stuff
Sure.
like that. So if it was a corporate event, things like that, we would definitely come out. And now the instructor that I'm working with on Crav for martial arts, we're really great friends, and we'd love to, we just combine efforts to be able to
Cool.
help as many people
Cool.
as we
Cool.
can and get it done.
Um, just an idea, like, is it kind of like, do you do something in a couple hours in an afternoon and they're
Yes.
good, or is
Yeah.
it
So it
okay?
really depends on how much you want. I
Yeah.
can do, both of my courses in a couple hours and just keep it real short for the 2 hour session, or
Sure.
we can expand it out into like a 4 hour session where you get a lot more of the hands-on items while you're there. We
Right.
just expand upon the hands-on material that you're gonna get
Okay.
exposed to. Yeah.
Just curious. Some people, even if they have the training, not totally comfortable. Do you recommend having, like the zapper thing or mace or anything like
Oh,
that?
so as far as the zappers, so you have to charge them, and they're actually very fragile, right? To use a taser, they're usually in the
Taser,
bottom of your
yeah.
purse,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So that's not really my go-to. Pepper spray, okay, maybe,
Right.
but you also have to spray that. And I don't know if you've been to Texas lately, but there is some powerful wind in a lot more states than just Texas, but in Texas as well.
Yeah.
So you have the chance of spraying that and it coming right back in your own
That's
face,
kind of what I'm thinking, right? Yeah.
right? And you're just hurting yourself even more.
Yeah.
On a day to day, because not everybody can carry a firearm. I don't always recommend it. There's a
Right.
there's big problems with defending yourself, and as right as you think you were, It's going to be a jury of your peers deciding if
Right.
you were right or not. So I'm not always an advocate for a firearm or a knife. Um,
Right. Yeah.
but when it's a female towards a male, that's usually a better situation. And I carry a window breaker on my keychain that
Okay.
just fits in my hand,
Yep.
right? So if anybody wanted to come up and treat me the wrong way, I have, whatever you're carrying, you better be able to reach it within 3 seconds,
Okay.
or else forget it.
Right.
You got a
Yeah.
knife in your pocket? Great. You have a knife in your pocket. Can you deploy it in 3 seconds?
Right. Yeah.
Now you don't have anything because they're there and they would hold
Yeah.
your hand down, or they could take your weapon from you,
Yeah.
which is even
Yeah.
more scary, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like that's
So,
one of the main things that you really worry about, right?
yes.
They would
Yeah, that
overpower you,
happens.
you know?
Yeah. So, and then it's a fight for that weapon
Yeah.
instead of, so whatever you're carrying, you need to practice it. You need to be comfortable with it, and you need to be able to rapid deploy it.
Gotcha.
And so a key can be just as good in a hand
Right.
as anything else.
Sure.
They do make the noisemakers, and I do advocate for those. If
Okay.
you give me 1 second, hold on.
Yeah, sure.
I'm actually loaded up for prepper camp right now. So
Oh, cool.
you're getting a little sneak peek. These are,
Heck yeah.
yeah. So these are like little noisemakers, and you can hook them to your whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Can you
My
can you bring it even a bit closer?
mom puts hers
Yeah.
inside of her vest, right? It has a
Okay.
light at the top,
Cool.
okay?
Yep. Yep.
But you can pull this pin on it, and this is going to be very loud. You
Okay.
hear that?
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Yep.
So that will definitely get somebody's attention better
Yes.
than any kind of car alarm. Don't ever depend on your car alarm. They hear a car alarm go off and they're like, whose car alarm's going off? Turn that
Sure.
thing off.
Yeah.
Even yelling police nowadays, a lot of people will just start rolling the footage. You're better off to yell fire.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Sad,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But yeah. The other thing for ladies that they've been doing a lot of right now is putting like a playing card on your car that's covered in drug, or
That's
a
what I've heard.
flower on your
Yes.
car that's covered in drug, or even your handle. They're
Right.
getting
Yep.
really, really crafty about it.
Yeah.
Or somebody runs up and they're like, I need help. I need help. I need help. Right. And so you think you're doing the right thing, but really you're just being escorted to somebody who's going to take you away.
Right. And I've heard also like the street vendor kind of thing. It's like, oh, I have this perfume, smell this perfume, and it actually is
Yes.
something that puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
So
I'd always be leery about smelling anything, even like a balloon. Hey, here, blow up the balloon.
yeah.
No.
I've read I've just read recently about like if your windshield wipers are up, if you have a note on there, if you have anything on
Dude,
your
you got a
handle.
flat tire. Come out and look at it. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
If you have any of that, go back in the store and call the police, or don't even touch it, right?
Yeah.
Because in the old days, right, we'd leave a note on our friends,
right. Hey
right,
man, I seen you.
Yeah, when we didn't have cell phones, right?
right. And that's the other thing. That's one of the biggest ways of people being abducted is the head down in the cell phone.
Right. Yeah.
So you cannot have your head down on your cell phone. You have an answering machine built into that phone, right? We used to have to wait to get home to check the answer machine. You can get in your car, lock the doors, and then look at your phone. But none of this as you come out of the store. You make eye contact because they don't want you to make eye contact.
Right. It seems to me like, if you're by yourself, and it's just common sense a bit, right? But just a friendly reminder, if you're going through a parking lot, it's dark at night, even if you're familiar, you've got your hand thing that you said, you have that in your hand, or you have your mace in one hand, you have the car keys in the other, or whatever, and you're ready. Just walking to the car. It's not like you have to
staring at my cell phone. Everything's in the bottom, and now I need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I am a big proponent of training whatever martial arts discipline that you feel comfortable with,
Right.
whether it's jujitsu or kickboxing, right? And
Sure.
as long as you like the instructor and you like the other people in the class, you're going to have a good time. You're going to get exercise. And every moment that you can put yourself in a situation where you're like, oh, wow, I just got hit. That's what it feels like. I can do that. I'm okay. That's not a big deal because you have to have that mindset of being able to overpower. So there's a video that we studied that was an 8-year-old girl sitting waiting for the bus, 8 years old. Car parks, stop sign, he leaves the door open, he's after the girl. He is trying to grab this girl and pull her off the park bench. Now, if you put this grown man and this 8-year-old girl into a fighting ring,
Right.
the girl's going to lose every time,
Right.
right? Every time. But as soon as an attack starts, a timer starts. That attacker only has so long to be able to pull that off
Right.
before he's in big trouble, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So if you can, power up, use that grit and that perseverance to make it through most altercations, how long do you think they last?
Minute and a half.
8 seconds.
Whoa! Like a
Yeah.
bull ride.
Right. Like a bull ride. Yes.
But
And then
not.
they're out, right? Bam, 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 done. Out.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the really cool thing about training Krav is that we train for the 8 seconds, not for
Right.
the 3-minute
Yeah.
round. We do that as well. But.
And the thing with criminals, really, I mean, this wasn't the whole premise of the show to talk about this, but it's very important. And I
And
know
it's
that
good for people to hear.
yeah, I think it's a good segment to have. Most criminals, right? They're looking for the easy thing. They're looking for something that's easy. If it's too difficult, they don't want to try hard, right? They're looking for the leftover breadcrumbs. They're looking for the easy thing. If it's too hard, if the fence is too high, they aren't going to climb it, right?
Right.
If the bike is all,
if you're holding on too tight, forget it.
yeah,
They're going to let you go. That's why you walk out with your head up, making eye contact. So you let them know, hey, I'm not your easy target. Not today.
Like it. I like it. I like it. Just a few good common sense, regular reminders for people that be vigilant out there, guys. Be vigilant out there. So,
absolutely.
Well, cool. Yeah. Well, thanks for that. It's so educational. It's so good. I've never had anybody on the show in a year and a half that I've been doing this and talk about that. Anything else you want to mention about this particular thing before we kind of move on and let's talk about, the book and the series and stuff?
Yeah. Let's do that. We're at like the halfway point. Let's move on. If they want to check it out, I'm available for questions. They can hit me up. They can check out my stuff online and just delve in. I've got lots of self-defense info there. Yeah.
Yeah. Any wrap up comment that you would make about the self-defense before we move on?
Actually, you know what? Situational awareness is going to save your life. So be situational aware. Start counting how many blue cars you see when you're driving around, just so that you're aware. How many people in the store have employee t-shirts on? It'll just make you more aware of who's around me and what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Good advice. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Gosh, let's move into talking about the series and the book and everything. How long have you been like a writer or an author, and have you always had that interest?
Yeah, so I wrote poems and things like that when I was younger as like my emotional expression of just how I'm feeling and journaling and things like that. And when I started college, my instructor said, "Oh, you write too flowery. You've got to take the fluff out, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, that's no fun." So I was going to school at Sacramento State, living up in the foothills, and went, you know what? What would happen if disaster hit while I was down here? And I did a project on, they were going to put a dam in the town of Auburn that I lived in, and what that would do to the city of Sacramento if it broke and that fallout.
Okay.
And so that was really my premise for where the story began. And I took it worldwide though. It's a global earthquake that shakes our whole planet.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
Edgar Casey, he's a prophet who is known as a sleeping prophet. Biblically, the Hopi Indians, Nostradamus, they're all pointing to the Great Quake. They're like,
Right.
she's going to rock and roll. So be ready. And like, I don't know if you've been watching what's going on, but it's been some serious, serious activity. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
birthing pains are coming, right? So
Right.
that
Yeah.
was really, and everyone's like, oh, an earthquake. I'm like, yeah, because imagine that are all around you, no more infrastructure.
Right.
So you don't have hospitals to take people to. You don't have food coming in. You don't have, right? It's just all gone. But the people generally do okay through earthquakes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sorry for everybody who's lost their life. We've lost a lot of life recently, you know, in
Sure.
earthquakes and whatnot.
Yep.
But
Yep.
on the whole, for natural disasters, earthquakes, if they're in the daytime, especially, you get outside and you're doing okay, right?
Yep.
Unless
Yep.
like it's
Yep.
liquefying and stuff. There'd obviously be areas that would be hard
Yep.
hit,
Yep.
but you'd have no infrastructure and all those people.
Isn't
So,
it like it's like 2 or 3 days, isn't it, that people have enough food to
oh,
go to the
they're
supermarket?
on a
Isn't something like that?
1 day in LA. They're on a 1 day food supply. In, out, in, out. 1 day they're down to. It's incredible. I
Oh
keep trying
man.
to warn people about the problem of national food supplies and
Yep.
how we really got to think locally again. Because if we have lots of local operations going on, it's much easier for us to adapt and help each other if one neighboring community goes down, like Helene or Katrina, right? It's easier for us to adapt to that. But if you
Right.
have this just national and you're reliant upon it, sometimes most of the times these days it's worldwide.
Yeah.
One company supplying all of this for
It's
everyone.
crazy. Yeah.
And if it's gone, like that's a big problem.
Yep.
So I've been a big proponent of trying to help local farming. Let's get our local farmers back on their feet. Plus, it gives us great nutrition in our communities.
Right.
So that was really the premise of Day After Disaster. Like disaster hit. It is the day after disaster, right?
Right.
Disaster hit. Here's my character. How does she survive?
Okay.
And so I did a lot of wilderness survival and teaching you basic skills in that book. And then it was like, okay, now we have a society where
Is,
we don't have. Oh, go ahead.
is this like okay? So it's kind of a fictional kind of book, but the applicable part where with the survival things and the stuff, those are real. Those are like real
Yeah.
skills that you. So yeah, you're wrapping like nonfiction and fiction together, so to speak. Is that kind of?
Yes.
Do you have a term that they
Yeah.
call that in
I
writing, or
don't know.
that's kind of what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, so I have another podcast as well, the Changing Earth podcast. That's the one I've been doing for over a decade now. I'm like 500
Wow.
episodes.
Good for you.
So I took each book chapter by chapter,
Yeah.
and we broke out the fact out of the fiction. So you hear the fictional chapter, and then we talk about what was the nonfiction thing inside of that chapter, and then
Yeah.
teach you more about it. And I've had
Cool.
all kinds of professionals on from all walks of life that
Yeah.
came to help explore the topics, which also
Super
taught me a
cool.
ton more. So
Yeah.
it was just an incredible journey. I mean,
Super cool.
altogether. Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Hey, can you hold on just one second? I'm getting an interruption here from some. Can you just?
Yes.
I'm really sorry. Can you give me just 1 second here?
No worries.
Yo, guys, this is T Rock here. I'm the alter ego of Trent. The nice guy, the captain of the Conquerors crew. That's Super Mr. Calm, and I'm the guy here to tell you. Do you like what you're hearing? Do you like this podcast? This ain't just a podcast. This is a pod blast, baby. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe. Like this ain't for free. We're working hard here. If you like what you're hearing,
Yeah.
hit the button and let us know about it. And next week, bring a friend, okay? Because this is all for love and we love you. So bring someone that you love and we would like to see you next week. All right. T Rock out. I don't, that guy, he like interrupts us every week. And I get so worried, like, what's he going to talk about? He's going to barge in on us, but he's usually just like pushing the show. So
Oh, you
yeah,
can't
he's on the
complain about
payroll.
that.
He's on the
He could
payroll.
come work for me if he wanted to.
Hey, you know what? I'll let him know. He's got a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah.
Way too much. Thanks for that. It's just a little extra funny.
No,
I
I
tried to
like
put
it.
in
I
there to
like
break
it.
it up.
We
So,
need the subscribers. We need the followers. We
don't
work
we?
hard.
Don't we?
Yeah.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious, right? Um, wow. So, a little bit more. Yeah, keep going with us about this
Okay. Yeah.
story. Yeah, just keep
So
us
Day
on track.
After
Keep us rolling.
Disaster is really, like I say, the story of the main heroine. She's, did my family survive? She's by herself.
Right. Yeah, got to check in. Yeah, yeah.
You
Go
can't
home
just
and mom and dad. Yeah,
drive over there. Yeah, it's a whole different landscape now.
yeah, yeah.
And then Without Land was originally book 2, and it is society. So
Okay.
what kind of world are they walking into now? And since some people still had their homes and still were producing things and still, had everything going on, and a lot of people didn't, now we have a lot of fighting over those provisions. So the government decided to round these people up into FEMA camps. Everybody who had basically lost their homes
Oh my
became
God, this
refugees,
sounds like
right?
a
Yeah. So
reality that could have been.
yeah, yeah.
Yeesh.
I've talked to a lot of Homeland Security since writing my books,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Who told you?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"No one. You just did." Like, yeah.
Wow.
So they round them up into FEMA camps, and now you have all these idle hands. Basically, you have people working to feed these people and
Okay.
everything.
Yep.
So they started the infertility program to infertilize the refugees at the age of 13 to try and put a cap on the population and what was going on.
Wow.
No oil, but all these people. So they went, well, we have labor. So they started renting, basically adopting these families out for factory work, for farm work, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so this temporary system becomes this permanent structure as time ticks on and on and on.
Wow.
And
Okay.
my main character, obviously, she wasn't very happy with that setup. So
Right.
book 3 is Walls of Freedom, where they're really trying to take back their freedom. They just want to run away, like to the
Yeah.
woods and hide, right?
Yep.
So a
Yep.
lot of wilderness survival again in that one. But the resistance finds her. Her son almost dies along the way. When her husband almost dies, she's like, I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. But she's the lone survivor from Sacramento. She's
Wow.
the savior of the refugees. So the
Right.
resistance finds her and uses her voice to try and turn everything back to our Constitution and all that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so she's happy. This is going great. Well, that's when she finds out the next disaster is en route. And the people she trusted were not going to tell her about it. And friends of hers are in danger, but they were just going to clean up the chaos again. We can't warn
Right.
people. We just clean up the
Wow.
chaos. So she ends
Wow.
up leaving. That takes us into the end of the series. The government ends up sending the bounty hunter after her, TJ Swenson. And
Okay.
everybody loved to hate TJ Swenson. So I did his own book, the spinoff, and he's in the audio drama from day one. So you learn, like, what
Cool.
was TJ doing the whole time before they exploded against each other, and just
Yeah.
this massive, he's very controlling and trying to psychologically manipulate, and she is just the freest spirit there is, and
Yeah.
believes that everybody should have that freedom. So
But
yeah.
about how many pages would you say each book is? Just to give
Oh,
me an idea.
I think my biggest one is the last one. It's like 500 pages. I tried
Wow.
to
Okay.
keep them around 3. My last book, I just kept writing until it was done because
Yeah.
I didn't
Right.
want to do it any injustice, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure it sang.
Yeah.
And it really did. It's the cherry on the top of the series. Some of
Cool.
them are real short, though, like a couple hundred pages.
Right.
And I tell you what, I have people that just read them in a weekend because they're like, I
Yeah.
just can't put this down.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And friends, when I was writing them, they're like, I'm not reading this one till you are done with the next one because they get through it and it takes them a weekend to read it. It takes me at least a few months to write it.
Yeah.
So
this sounds a bit like, and I mean this very very respectfully, kind of like the Left Behind series
Mhm.
that was written by a couple of Christian guys. I don't remember their name.
Is it Angry
It was
American that did hit? Was it
gosh, it
Angry
was
American that wrote them? I don't know. There's a
um
couple of guys that do some great work out there as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
the series is called Left Behind, and
Hmm.
it's about 10 or 11 books. They did a movie about it. I don't think the movie did that great.
Hmm.
But it's similar to this.
Yeah.
Um, and
That's why
it
I
sounds
really
like
want to go after the TV series.
yeah,
It just the drama lends itself better there.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And to me, but with yours compared to theirs, like this is more like the Vikings have come in, and it's a little bit more. It's more intense. It sounds like, though it's the bigger world, and you've got the tyrannical structure that's that's
Yeah.
oppressive, and,
Yeah.
and and what is the movie that they got like three of them, and they hunt
Divergent series? Are you thinking Divergent series or Hunger Games?
Hunger
Or
Games, Hunger
Hunger
Games.
Games?
Is
Yeah.
it it feels a little bit
It's a
Hunger Games?
little Hunger Gamesies.
Is it?
I had never watched or read those before I did my
Okay.
own. I tried to stay away from a lot of material while I was
Sure.
doing this series
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
didn't want to, even Walking Dead, I didn't watch any of that till after
Yeah.
I was done.
Yeah.
Because I have a whole nother series that I want to write. But um,
Oh, good for
so
you. So
yeah.
cool. This is so cool. Where do you
But
come up? Does this just I mean, do you just like sit and
so I
go to your
call it my writing
special place?
angel.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I just sit down and go for it, and it just flows.
Right.
And I've written some weird things that have come true before.
Okay.
So everybody's like, "Are you the next Nostradamus?" And I'm like, "No, I hope not. Like, really, I hope not. I just want people to learn how to like adapt with our planet because the planet's going to change. That's one thing we're guaranteed of,
Yeah.
and I want people to have those skills to be able to adapt through that.
Yeah.
But like Hurricane Ike, I wrote that like 3 months before it actually hit Houston.
Oh wow.
And I even have my survivors at the same hospital where they were rescuing people to when Ike hit, which was a little trippy. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
Super cool. Super cool. So the series is called Changing the Earth, right? Is that
Changing Earth series, the Changing
Changing
Earth
Earth
series. Yep.
series, right?
And this
And
emblem is there. It's everywhere. Yeah.
cool. And that's the same as the website, guys,
Yeah.
changingearthseries.com.
Right.
And I'm not wrapping up yet, but it's just kind of on my mind. That this is where you can get a hold of Sarah, and she's got all her series there. You can buy
You
the
can
books
learn.
there. Or you buy the books
Yep.
there, or do you buy them on
You
Amazon
you
or
both, either
okay.
way. So you
Okay,
can buy
cool.
them on Amazon. If you want them like signed by me, I'll send them out to you if you buy them there.
Cool. Yeah.
Otherwise, they're on Kindle. They're ebook form. All the audiobooks are out there except for Vergis. I've
Okay.
just been slacking. And I just put out the Lost Vegas years. So that's this one here, the Lost Vegas years.
Okay. Tell
And
us about that. What's that?
this was the missing 9 years in between book one and two.
Oh,
So
okay.
I had jumped, and all my fans were like, "What
What
happened
happened?
in the 9 years? We need this story. What
Yeah.
happened during the 9 years?"
Yeah.
So the Las Vegas years, I finally got that done. I was doing it in short stories for a while, but I'll tell you what, the audio drama and all that, for about every minute of audio you listen to takes me about an hour and a half to produce.
Oh
And
my
then with the video on top
gosh.
of it. Yeah. So, it's an intense project, complete labor of love. So
So the audio drama, guys, is basically like the book, the step between the book and the movie. There just isn't video. There's just the
right.
audio, like
And
an
there is
audiobook,
video.
but it's an
There
yeah.
is video now,
Okay.
because
Okay.
I wanted to put it on YouTube. So I started with it on YouTube with like the bouncing ball and just, stock video. And then a little thing called AI came along. And so if you watch my audio drama now, it's actually like a progression of the AI of what I had available through
Yep.
AI and
Yep.
how how much better it creates things now than it did back then. And there's still a lot of photo editing and whatnot that I have to do to get it to make it to do the things I want it to.
Yeah.
So that takes, another couple hours
I'm
on
with
top of
you.
that to
I
do the
I
video.
know. People have no idea the rabbit hole you go down to
Yeah.
create the thumbnails and just to
Yeah.
trim, a few bits and pieces here, make the volume right, make the color right, the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Well, the
I'm look
podcast is what started all that. So, you know.
oh my God, please
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your YouTube and I see a lot of videos on here. Yeah, Changing Earth series, Unbroken Change, Iron in My Bones. These are all parts of the Changing Earth series. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want
So,
a taste of it, go check that out. Yeah.
yep. Yes.
Okay.
So each week when I put out the big video, I also do a short, which is like the song for that episode.
Okay.
And right now I'm just running shorts because we're in between. I'm in between production on season 5. I'm still
Okay.
working on it. I don't want to start it now because I'm going to be gone out of town when week 4 should air. So,
Gotcha.
I'll just run a short each week with some great
Yeah.
content featuring one of the
Yeah.
characters, and yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So in the audio series, do you have different characters with like literally different people with voices that come in and like work? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
God.
each character, there's some people that do multiple characters, and they're
Sure.
very good at doing that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and some of the side characters now we have the advanced of AI, right? So, it used to be that I had to ask my performers to do 8 side characters too, because I needed man 1 and man 2 and Officer Bob, right?
Yeah.
So now I can do more of those side characters with AI voice, but every single one of the main characters, including myself, I play Erica in the story.
Okay.
One of my
The main
buddies, L.
character.
Douglas
Yeah.
Hogan, yep.
Okay.
My family plays the family.
Okay.
Yeah. L. Douglas Hogan, really good friend of mine, did my cover art on my books. He plays the main villain, TJ Swenson. His voice is just perfect for it.
Okay.
So I give them the lines to record. They go record the lines with their equipment, like you have there, and then they send it to me, just them.
Oh, and you
So I have
splice
to,
it in.
yeah. So I have to splice it all in together to make it sound like one cohesive,
Oh my gosh.
conversation. And then I
I
add
know your
in the
pain.
music, and then I add in all the sound effects and all that stuff of, they walk down the hall, they open the door, shoot
Yeah.
the grappler hook. That was a good one to try and do. I did like the blinds, like,
Yeah.
right? And then the
Oh
clink of it. Yeah. But it's so much fun. It's like I say, it's like composing. It's amazing to watch it all
yeah.
come together. So
It's really literally art. I mean,
yeah,
it is
it is.
I mean, it's so tedious. It's just I
Yeah.
mean,
So all
I
this
stay up all night sometimes. I don't even
right.
realize it. And the sun's
Yeah.
my dad's like, he's like, "What are you
What
doing?" I'm
are you
like,
doing?
"I've
Yeah.
been working." I mean, it's like I didn't even
It's
realize.
4
I
in
just
the
boom, it's
morning. What are
gone.
you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, well, it was
Golly.
quiet. I got to work on it, with nobody
Exactly.
around.
I
So
hear you.
yeah,
I hear
yeah,
you.
it's just a lot of fun. But yeah, you got
God.
to write all the scripts. All the scripts have to be written. It's a
Right.
60-minute show. I
Yep.
try to do like 45 to 60 minutes. First season 1 is a little shorter. It's only 12. It's about half-hour shows. Just get your feet wet, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And then yeah, most of them are the 60 minutes, and so all the scripts, then all the lines have to get recorded, then they all have to get put together, then all the sound effects, all the songs,
And you do
and
this
then the video.
and you do this. You do this.
Yes. Yeah, and train 4 days a week and take care of my family and have the homestead and the chickens and my gardens and stuff like
I mean, we're guys, we got a real life superwoman here. I mean, really. How many hours a night do you sleep?
I try to do like 6, but yeah.
Probably 4. I think
I have been blessed so much. My family, I couldn't do it without them.
yeah.
They're my
Yeah.
biggest fans, and they help me write stuff. They don't help me with
Yeah.
the editing stuff. They kind of checked out of that one, but yeah.
I mean, could you organize like an hour with, all the characters and kind of do an action and
You know, it's like
you,
pulling hair. So my
is it?
family and
Yeah,
I do
everybody's
that,
got their own
right?
schedule.
But
Yep.
yeah, everybody's on their own schedule, so it's like organizing cats,
I
to
hear.
get
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
everybody that's in the same scene. And so just for ease of, it's hard enough to get some of them. It's like they're like, "Yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it."
Right.
And then you're
Right.
like, "Hey
Yeah.
man, I need your lines. Like, let's get it done. All right,
Yep.
I'm replacing
I
you."
hear you.
Yeah.
I
So,
hear you. Well,
mhm.
hey, we've got about 5 minutes left. Um, anything we haven't talked about that you'd like to talk about? Any points? Anything we've missed? I mean, the floor is yours. Whatever.
Yeah, I would like to talk about kind of the mental journey of what we're kind of facing right now
Yeah.
as a
Okay.
society, right? I love the
Sure.
premise of your show because it's conquering that negativity that's out there. I think everybody's kind of done being an asshole, I hope, I think
Yeah.
we've kind of played that out to its fullest extent, right?
Gets old.
Yeah, and it seems like if you call people out on that, even when they're like persnickety or whatever, because I work customer service during the day, I work a 40-hour week too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Unbelievable.
I'm happy to see that, and I liked how you're asking people to reflect kind of inward at like you're not the victim here. So there's an interesting thing I just learned for self defense and for
Mhm.
thinking about that victimhood. And there was a sign, there was a restaurant, a bar, and in Louisiana. And out behind the bar in the river, a big alligator had moved in. And they put up signs and everything that said, "Do not swim." So this guy gets all drunk. He goes out there, he sees the sign, and he flips that sign off.
Yeah.
Boom, in the water. Alligator takes him. Is it the alligator's fault?
Nope.
No, it's the guy's fault, right? So at
Right.
some level, you have to look at yourself, and we have to realize as a society that sometimes it's the victim's fault too. As harsh as that is to say, and as
Yeah.
like, people be like, "Oh, but my heart's broken." Understand, my heart's broken too,
Yeah.
But on some level, we have to be responsible for our own safety, for not just believing all of the BS that's being fed us and going, "Oh yeah," and then when it's not true, "Oh well, you hoodwinked me," you know
Yeah.
at some
Yeah.
point we have to take responsibility for that behavior, and
It sounds
that's the
like
side I like to see.
don't be an easy victim. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes two to tango, which doesn't fit with this, but it kind of does, right?
Does it kind of
It,
does,
you
because you had
know?
the opportunity to do something about it. You knew the dangers that were coming up, whether it happened to you today or never, you never know.
That's right.
But like, it's the same way as insuring your car. You put
Yep.
car insurance on, there's nothing that says you're going to go out and get a car accident tomorrow,
Yep.
but you might.
Yep.
So, right? And that's the whole basis of why people are like, "Oh, well, you're a prepper." I'm like, I guess if you want to take a little forethought and go, "Yeah, I can be more agile if I think about that ahead of time and just take a few steps to make sure that, my life's not so turned." You've had cancer 3 times.
That's right. Yep.
You can't tell me that that doesn't put you in a financial pickle,
My hospital bills have been really expensive.
right?
It's been tough. I'm
Yep.
thankful that I've had the money to pay for it, but that means I don't have a lot of money for a lot of things that I thought I was going to have money for.
Right?
That's just
So, and
life.
that's the thing that I encourage people, like just having that little bit of backup food supply so
Yeah.
that you can last beyond that one day. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the bare minimum start. But then,
Sure.
like in a family like mine, if my husband ends up in the hospital or something, we have provisions for him. And so
Right.
that's where it's all about, like thinking about that on that level instead of just, "There I go through my day and everybody told me it was
Yeah.
going to be fine." And, you know, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Well, hey, we're about to be done on Insta, and so I'm gonna wrap the show up here real quick.
All right.
Okay, if you're good, I'm good. Anything else on your end?
Nope. Come check me out.
Okay. Yeah, hey guys, reminder, changingearthseries.com, changingearthseries.com. If you want to get in touch with Sara, you can do it on the website. And I always tell you this every week. She can't read your mind, okay? And she'd love to talk to you, and she can't if you don't make the first step. Send her a message on the website. She's on all of the social medias, okay? Like, I mean, everything. She's on all that stuff. Her website is the easiest way to get in touch with her. And her email address, if I've got it here, I just wanted to say it. Sara, Sara, no
No way.
H, okay, at author sarahathaway.com. That's Sara,
Sarah
no H.
F.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sara at author Sara F. Hathaway.com. There is no H in there, okay? And in her full name, it's Sara F. Hathaway, guys. Yeah, get in touch with her if you want to talk to her or about her book or anything. You have an idea or something cool, okay? Yeah, hey, just anything else before I take us out?
Nope. I mean, I'm eager to see everybody over there. It's been a pleasure, and like I say, you're doing great work. So keep it up.
Oh,
I
appreciate
mean,
it.
everybody's lives that we change in these moments. That's what it's all about. That's
It
worth
is.
every bit of it.
It
So
is. Guys, just real quick, one little commercial at the end. Hey, Frank King, okay, he's on next month. He's 20 years. He used to write comedy for like the Carson show and everything. Comedian 40 years, 14 TEDx's. Tom Cronin, okay, this guy's an Aussie dude. He's called the King of Calm. And then in a few weeks, you have Dr. David Lemon, and he has created the 7 pathways of cancer healing. Those are what's coming up, okay, in the next few weeks. I would love for you guys to hey, come be a part. So, as I always finish the show, God bless, Godspeed to you this week, and never forget that grit don't quit. We are
yes.
out.